Hello techies, I'm Divya here. On behalf of CyberBrainer, don't you think the world of tech is evolving faster than ever? Now is the perfect time to dive in and build the skills that will take you places. With CyberBrainer, we are putting you in the driver's seat of your own future. We at CyberBrainer don't just teach your interest. We believe that knowledge is power, but it's applied knowledge that truly sets you apart. Whether you're diving into data science, mastering artificial intelligence, or exploring the world of cybersecurity, our courses are designed to give you the skills that matter. So let's jump into the session and make the future yours today. Thank you.
I did that and you can check. I created a new calculation for A. Both are related a little bit. What's the calculation? Saturday shift. I think it's a lower priority, higher number. If you go down, I think 99 mile a day. This is your BMO. These are not mine. Somebody else is creating bugs. No one is Saturday. Correct. This is the one. This is the entry that you did. Why are we showing fix now? It is the holiday also. This is the next review. It's coming. Correct. Was the approach, or is there a better way of doing it? It's an ideal approach that I would have also done it the same way. I think you are understanding the concept of time calculation. I did ask you to create on the to a time entry codes. I created two. They are a call on call and on pulse. Today what we are going to do. What is on call standby? And on colleagues. Our approach today would be if somebody is on a standby, for a day, and after that, on the same day, he came on call. Alright. Then he should be getting a special premium. That would be known as uncle premium. These things are like realistic. Things are like customer service. They are on call or they are with the customer partners when they have to provide support on call and they stay on standby for a day. Like if you're like, for example, if anything happens when you are on standby and you will be helping. If somebody comes into the picture or some configuration or some things disrupt, then you will be handling the customer queries. If somebody is on on-call first standby and on-call has been entered on that particular day, then that entries would be catered as Uncle Special Premium. What do you do? Create a calculation. Go to Create Time Calculation. Which here would be if there is an Uncle Hours entry in the on a day. The first thing that we'll see would be creating a proof of false condition. Time on-call stand. Time block. Thank you. Thank you. When you say blocks, what do you mean by that? You'll see. What? Will the worker have an on-call standby tag already there? To the time entry code, then it would. The moment I was in standby, I will see that. My calculate quantities to an uncle quantity. Always understand that this is there are two things when time called calculation, reported quantity and calculated quantity. Reported quantity is always linked to your time entry code. But calculated quantity is always linked to your time calculation tag and it vary in the sense. Because the reported quantity gets for the break. Break is through calculation tags. One calculation tag would have another value to the second calculation tag would have another value, but the sum up would be your reported quantity value. Calculation, calculated tagging, calculated quantity is basically the background calculation which is going on. Generally in my interviews, they actually are the difference between a calculated quantity and a reported quantity. What do you understand? That's a common thing that comes in. Here we can see the reported quantity. It would be 5. But the calculated quantity should be on called special tags, which we have created. But now you see, we see why this is on call. Tag is coming over here. Do we have removed it? Now what we'll do? You remove the other time on call. When we have hours, only a block gets created on the top. Always a block gets created because it's only our set. Doesn't give you the whole details about when he has reported what he has reported. Now, when I see that over here, I'll just read it. View details. Your wife is drinking. Now is it? A little bit better. But this will only come. See my wife. That's full of network. Are you able to see the scale? Yes, I'm able to see it. We have done these two things now. You understand the time block conditional calculation, correct? Now we have got a new requirement. The requirement is that if somebody reports on call standby, IND. Now we are working with external payroll. Our payroll partner is a DP, and we have a flat rate if somebody is working on call. On call and on call standby. Flat rate, like even if you work 12 hours on call, or even if you work 1 hour on call or half an hour on call, you will be given. A flat rate means a flat amount for that day. And similarly for on call standby. Payroll said us that key we are giving flat amount. No matter whatever hours they are entered. We need only one unit from your side. Like we need an indicator that on that particular day on call standby has booked. Which means we need to send one quantity to them with a special tag. Correct. This calculation tag also interacts with your earning code, external earning code. And through payting pickoff, integration works. Payting pickoff will find this value. In payroll also we map the calculation tag even if in a Workday payroll or external payroll. Calculation tags are connected to your earning code. An earning code value gets transferred to the vendor if we are using external payroll. But if you are using Workday payroll, the earning code, whatever earning code you make, the calculation tag directly works. And in the related calculation, you make the changes. Now, in this particular scenario, we need to send payroll. Only one tag indicator. That has been created. Create. In this specific scenario, what we will do, we will send them, but tag containing the value 1. Take time, block standby powers. What we'll do, we'll create new condition which is known as time block. Create condition. What it will do? Time block create condition does not have a time block condition. It always have time, week time, daytime, shift. Because it is itself is creating a block on your timesheet. We'll create a cal field. Our payroll vendor said that it's a flat rate for every day. If somebody has worked 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, we will give them the 200 for that day. Save time. On call standby. Two balls. Did we create that field? I don't remember. We create. I'll give quantity 1. I don't understand what you did. What are you doing? What will happen? For example, payroll wants only 1 quantity. Even if you work 2 hours, whatever hours, if I added on call standby. I added 2 hours. I click. Automatically a block gets entered. A keys and this calculation tag transfers to payroll and payroll will understand. On this day, Tuesday, we have a standby request to our 200 for this day. Similarly, whenever our employee would add, you will get that earning code. You could have asked a question that, hey, why can't we put 2 hours instead of that? But now understand, if I put 2 hours or 2 hours, anything on that, the earning code would get different values from the payroll side and it will get confused. In order to differentiate what flat rate should be given, because the other page, you would work in a different way. PG integration works on a different way. They would get confused. That's why we create a block calculation. It is doing nothing, but it is creating a block and it is sending the values to the payroll. I did in this configuration. I did not make any further changes. What I did, a simple calculation. what I did. What will happen? In this condition, what will happen? The system will see if it is the on-call hours entered or not. On-call hours is determined through their calculation tag. What we have just created for uncle hour system will see that if the value is true for the day or not, if the some related instance of the calculation tag, the calculated quantity, is greater than 0 or not. Automatically on call standby holds the calculation tag. It will flow to the payroll. It will forward to the condition calculation. If it is true, then what will happen? There is no in time block, create calculation. There is no flow of include, tags or nothing. It will see. If it is true, then it will generate a value on your time card or value 1. And that value is transported to a case standby. Group is a time calculation group. I did nothing. The adverse or nothing. General and groups. And automatically whatever hours I have entered directly got popped up on your time card. What does AK standby have the calculated tag there? It has the value 1. And what does on call the second block have the 2 hours? It has the uncle standby hours tag. Both hours will go to both set of hours. They'll go to payroll. No, I said payroll only once need an indicator. Only this tag will go to the payroll. But how do we prevent the second one from going? Because it already has a calculated tag. No, we will give the calculation tag to payroll that they will map to the earning code. I will give this tag to the period. We will not need to prevent anything. How does payroll work? It will work based on what information you are giving. A case standby I'll give. There would be an earning code where they will map it. That this earning code is for standby hours, which is a flat rate. Flat rate means direct amount. I give one quantity Tuesday. Flat rate. Then they will give us like this. Now, when you see this like how we can prevent, depends on you, what you want to give it. Payroll want one quantity. Payroll did not say when they would have say that we are pay hourly. Per hour. This is the rate. Then you would give this on-call standby. Then how on-call standby hours time calculation time. Then they would give you will give this tag to the payroll and payroll will processly based on the hourly basis. But then, in this case, how do we prevent one tag from going? This tag from going AK on post, and that we are not going to prevent anything. It is automatically prevented. Now the whatever value you are giving to the payroll, they will process the amount. This tag will map to the earning code, not the tag of on-call standby. On-call standby. This tag would be mapped to the payroll earning code. What time calculation tag travels from one area to another area. But it is you who will tell that this tag needs to be there. The other tag is like a temporary tag which we don't map to anything. Will not map it. Mapping is like when it is a flat rate. Understand flat rate. What is the difference between a flat rate and hourly rate? That is no matter what you do, how many hours you work, you will get that amount. That amount is getting generated from here. Hourly rate means what? No matter how many hours you are getting, based on that, you will get it. From a sentence itself, I said you that flat rate, how will you give it? You will give it by creating one block, and that block would have a quantity. And in your integration, it will pick up integration. We don't do, it is done by the integration team. Suppose same condition in the same manner. For a week, what happens? That no matter how many on-calls standby hours you are doing, 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, whatever hours you're doing. If you have done single entry for a week, then you will be paid for the entire week. You'll be paid for the entire week. No matter how many entries you're doing for a week, what you will be paid on an entire week. The system will see that if there is only one entry or two entry, whatever entry on the timesheet, they will give you a flat rate for the entire week. $800. Got the point? System payroll does not require hours. They need only the entries at any entry for a week. We are giving $800 flat rate for the week. In that particular situation, clearing this calculation. This is the calculation that I have made over here. I just need to tweak this calculation. Copy this. I'll just copy this. I'll be 7. Yes, I think you have 7. Time week. Standby hours. Business object. What you copy that? And it stands by hours. If I'm adding my calculation over here in time, it will not pick up. Automatically, I'll have to select time week. This calculation would vanish out. I'll just paste it over here. Take that. Now, this entire week, there is no hours. I added on-call standby hours over here. You see, the block is generated at the end of the week. Don't feel that this is the block for Saturday. This is the end of the week. That on-call standby hours is 1. Even if there is a 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Minutes. But if I put over here on weekday, a Wednesday, the value will not change over there. My requirement was if there is 1 hour or flat rate for a week. Even if they are 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours, any of their days, multiple hours every day, there is on-call hour. I'll send 800 euros. That's flat for a week. This configuration justifies that. What will happen? Payroll will see payroll will see the week like in the week of March 12 to 18. There I got the entry of on-call standby. $800 transferred. That's how companies do work. I'm very curious what kind of industry works on this. I'll tell you Cisco. Cisco works on this. On-call standby. Their WebEx and media works like this. Booking.com works like this. That's pretty common. It's pretty good. Flipkart. Flipkart does like this. I'll tell you on Flipkart. If you've heard about Flipkart, there are some days like your big billion days, with the sale happens before Navaratri and Diwali. At that point of time, there are engineers who are put on-call standby. They do not go out of the deal. They make their office as war zone. And they work tirelessly. Alright, if the system disrupts, like for example heavy traffic is there on during the payment section and needs support, then on-call hours is put for an employee and they get extra pay for that point of time. This even if there's off day and they are on standby. After they're working out, they are on standby. If needed support, they go on call and they enter their hours based on that. Those kind of situations of WebEx is application. Zoom is also the stammer trees. Go on call and on call standby. And depends on the region to region, like in Asia Pacific, on constant, but they give flat rate for a week. Alright, please do like, share and subscribe to our channel.